So I really enjoyed finding these online activities, and the sheet that you see in front of you is the document that I posted for lesson 3.4. So then you also have it as a document, and that's the reason. Thank you, Mary Beth, for suggesting putting it in a Google Doc, so then I can access this throughout the year. So it's a great idea. So the first one that I'm going to show you is called multiplication in a row, and this was found on multiplication.com. Let's see if I can control the sound. So yeah, it does have really good sound, but right up here, just mute it. And this is a Connect 4 is what it is, but you have to multiply in order to get it in. And it has the directions right here so the students can read through the directions. You can be a single player, or you can log in and then do a match between people. And I didn't get into that as much because I don't know if I really want the kids logging in and playing each other. I want this more of an activity to be done when they're on their own, when they're done with a test, or they're caught up on all their homework, or before a winter break. Could possibly even be something they could use during an AMI day. With all the activities that I picked, those are the reasons that I would be using them. So this one I like because you have to multiply. Well, let's just look at the game. And I'm going to play against the computer. And the computer says, and then you have to multiply. So I like it that you have to multiply. And when you get it right, then you get to place where you want yours. And this arrow, you just kind of click in that row and it will go in. And one of the reasons I like it is because you have to multiply, but then you also have to strategically think about where is this going to go. Connect 4 is a great game for thinking. So you can see that then you can just place where you want it to go. And I'm just going to go there. And then they go right away and they block me. And if I get it wrong, let's see what happens if I get it wrong. So then you get another chance if you get it wrong. So if you get it wrong, you can just keep on playing. So I don't want to play there because that gives them the advantage. So I'm going to just go here. So now I'm going, of course, going to block them when I get this one right. But you can then strategically, I obviously tried to get it so that I would not be the one putting it in here. So then that was kind of fun if you're paying attention. So this is the other reason I like it, is students have to pay attention in order to get it. So you can just keep playing. So you get the idea of how it works. So I thought that was kind of a fun game. The next one I'm going to show you is Ratio Station, and this was out on Who to Math, and this one's I think kind of a fun game. Here's the only thing I don't like about Who to Math is look at this big button over here, and I pushed this when I first got to it because I thought that I was supposed to do. So that's the one thing you're going to have to tell kids to just pay attention to the game. You might need to demonstrate this one first, maybe show it up front and say don't click on this, ignore all the advertisements because it gets really obnoxious. So to play this game, what you're doing is you can choose a name. I'm just going to choose fast. Whoops, and it's not choosing it. And then click next. And you're going to just play it. And I am fast, I'm the blue one. And when you start, it gives you a countdown. And then you have to either reduce the fraction or enlarge it. So it's going to give you a fraction right here. So 4 to 8, well, that'd be the same as 1/2. They don't give you 1/2, so you just have to go with something else. 2 to 4, now here I'm going to have to enlarge it, and I get 4 to 8. 2 to 3, I'm going to have to enlarge it, so I'm going to go with 6 to 9. Now, if you're wrong, you just don't go as fast. Okay, 4 to 8, that's the same as 1/2. I don't have 1/2, so I have to find another one that is 1/2. So it's kind of a challenging game, but it does equivalent fractions and reducing and enlarging them. So 3 to 9 would be 1/3. I'm going to have to go with 2/6. That's 1/2. Oh, yay, that one's actually easy. That's 2/3. So you can go through and you either have to, so this one I have to enlarge, and this is where I sometimes don't do well. Whoops, yay. So this one I reduce it to lowest terms and then I enlarge it is what I sometimes do. But you can see that it's kind of a challenge. This is 2 to 3, and 2 to 6 would be 1/3. So I didn't get to finish that last one, but I think I still won, yeah. So then you can play it again, but you're playing against the computer, and so it's just kind of it's really challenging. I don't even watch the race because I'm so busy watching the fractions. So that's Ratio Station. So the next one is Candy Challenge. And Candy Challenge, you get to use a lot of different skills. And I'm not sure why I was doing that. Sorry. I'll go back and correct it. This is on Math Playground. And I've obviously been playing it before, so I can resume a game. But this is a new game, and what you have to do, and you can only play the first level. You can't play the others unless, of course, you probably have to buy into it or something else. So, but first level, believe me, is pretty good. So what you have to do here is you have to select a candy. You have to click on it. And these are where the directions were a little confusing. It took me a while. How much does it cost? Now select the jar with the correct price. So you're going to see how you have 72 cents down here. So you have to select the candy. You have to realize, so you have to use sometimes multiplication, sometimes division, sometimes addition. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 candies. They all are the same amount because it's the same candy. So what you're going to do is take 72 divided by 6 and you're going to get 12. So that candy goes in there. Then the next one comes up. It has to equal 46 cents. There's 2 of them, so I'm going to take 46 divided by 2, and I get 23, and I click on that. So these are the first couple times through. Here I have $1.80, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So what's $1.80 divided by 10? So that's going to be 18 cents. So it goes here. Oops, you have to select the candy first. I sometimes forget to do that. 18 cents. Now this one, so it keeps on changing. So this one, we know that these are all worth 12 because they put the 12 on. But I want to point this out because sometimes it won't put the number in here. And so you have to look up here and see how much the candy was worth depending on the level you're on. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 12s, that's 60. So I'm going to take 76 minus 60, which is 16. So that means this heart is 16. So I'm going to click on the candy and then go here, and I got it. Okay, so you could see this is a little more challenging. So now what you have to do is you have to figure out what this whole amount is by looking up here. Okay, and then you're going to have to put that amount in. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 12s because it's 12 cents. So that's 12 times 6, which is 72, plus 16. Oh, 72 plus 16. Now this is where I have to write it down. And that gives me, sorry, my addition skills need to be worked on, 28. And then I have another one of 18, so I add 18 onto that. Hopefully I did it right. 16, carry the 1, 3, 4, so I got 46 cents. That can't be right, because look, I had 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's a 72. Woo! Well, that's a good thing, because I was like, wait, it can't be that. Okay, so let me do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 times 12 is 72, plus 16. That gives me 8. 88, plus another 18. And I'm over here to the side writing on paper. And so 8 and 8 is 16. Carry the 1, that's 9. 106. So I'm going to enter a 106. And then I hit this bar, and I was right. Okay? Now, if I was wrong, they would just give you another chance. So it does a lot of skills. You know, the candy comes up, and so as you go, subtract the known candy price first, divide the new price by the remaining number of candies. So you take 43 minus 23, which is 20. Then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 20 divided by 5 is 4. You have to remember to click on the candy and then go up here. Okay, so, and you can see, oh, and then it goes to this, which is really cool. You have to solve the left one first to figure out what each one of these are worth. So that's 1, 2, 3, that's 8, so that's 11 cents. Then you have to use it over here to come up with the next one. So it just keeps on building. So it's really good practicing, and it's kind of a fun game, kind of addictive, as you can see. So that's Candy Challenge. Treasure Chest Quest is one that is on Math Playground also. And this is where you have to fill in the multiplication chart. And what you do is you have to get, so you have to look at this, and this is factors ranges from 1 to 9. You can do 1 to 10, 1 to 12. So you have to come up with 56, and you have to, and it tells you that it's going to be twice that it can be done. So what 2 numbers multiply to give you 56, and you know that there's going to be 2 on here. So that's 7 times 8, so you click here, and 8 times 7. So then you get that coin. The next one is that you have to come up with 7. Multiply 2 numbers to get 7, and it happens twice. So 1 times 7 and 7 times 1. Now 15, 2 times again, so 3 times 5, and 5 times 3. Sorry, we're doing the easier ones. So I was hoping to get to it. There we go. Okay, so now you can get 8 4 different ways. So you can take 1 times 8 and 1 times 8, but you can also do 2 times 4 and 4 times 2. Okay, so that it just gives you different ways, and multiplication for 16, there's 3 ways. So 2 times 8, 4 times 4, and 8 times 2. So it's just multiplication. So you can go to different ranges. You can make it so then you have bigger numbers. And there's 8 4 different ways. So you can see that this is a great way to practice multiplication. And then you get these little coins. I just thought it was a fun way to do it. But I liked that they have the challenge of they told you, not really challenge, but they told you there's 4 ways to do it. So you can't just do it once. You have to show all of them. So it shows that numbers can go both ways. So it's 8 times 1, but it's also 1 times 8. Or, oops, and you can make mistakes, and that's what happens. So it doesn't fill in. So if you didn't notice, if I make a mistake, it will show up there, but then it will go, nope, that doesn't work. So 2 times 4. Sorry, got distracted. So then you can see the different ways, and it can be either direction. So it can be both 2 times 4 and 4 times 2. So that's treasure question multiplication. So the last one I did is plus 10, and plus 10 is on Cool Math Games. And what this one does is that you're going to practice adding to 10, and you have to get the tiles. It's kind of almost like a Candy Crush. I don't play Candy Crush, but it kind of reminds me of that one. I've seen other people play it. It can take some time to load, and I find this happens the later in the day that it is. So that would be one disadvantage, is that depending on your Wi-Fi is how much loading time it will take. So this game is really cool, and I'll explain it, but I do want to tell you I just had to wait about 15 minutes for this one to load, so I'm not sure what will happen in the classroom. I've noticed during the summer that after 9 o'clock and during the day everything is a little slower, so it could just be my Wi-Fi at home. So the way this game works, and we're just going to start off with level 1. And what we have to do is we have to trace and sum to 10. So you just have to drag them. So it's going to tell you the first one what you do. And then I do 4 plus 6. And then they come down and see how they smash together, kind of like Candy Crush, and 4 and 6 and 3 and 7. Okay, so we got that one. There's one level complete. Now we go to the next one. It gets a little more complicated, but you just look for any place where it adds to 10. And we're going to go, and you can do 3 at a time too. So I can do 3, 4, and 3, so I can do more than one. I just have to drag to make them work. And it keeps on going, and so 3 and 7, 9 and 1, okay? And as it goes up, the levels get more difficult. So now, there we go. And I wanted to show you that there's a level as it goes up, and you can only go, see, like you can't do this. You have to, so you can't do that, but you can do up and down and left and right. And you have to do it in a way that they all match up. So, just to show you what is happening. Now, here I can do 3. But if I do that, then see, now I can't add to 10. So this is where you have to, and as it gets to a higher level, so it lets you start over. It's pretty forgiving, so that's nice. So now let's try something different. If I take, let's see, and you can see it can actually stump you for a little bit. What would actually add to 10? So I can go 4 and 6. I can go 9 and 1, 3 and 7. And then these 3 add. But you can see that there is a challenge when you get up there. So it starts off pretty easy, and then it gets a little more challenging. And but you can easily redo it, so it's nice. It gives you this little restart button, and you can just do it over again. So it works out pretty well. So that is plus 10. But the other one I want to show you is in that same category, And this one was a real challenge for me, and I couldn't get beyond this one level, and I tried it many times. So let's see if this one's going to load. And again, this is where it sometimes takes some time. So I'm going to pause again, and I'll come right back in once it's loaded. So what I didn't notice is when it kept loading, I should go back and show you. Scroll down when it says waiting to load. There's a button about right here that says continue to game. And if I have time, I'll go back and show that to you. So to destroy numbers is also, I'm going to start with level 1. Because what you have to do, and the directions are right down here. Click and drag a number tile to combine it with an adjacent tile. If two tiles are different, they will add together. If they're the same number, they will destroy each other, and then they'll go away. And the whole point is to get all the tiles to go away. So 1 plus 2 is 3, and then these two go away. Now you're to level 2. So now you have to think, okay, I have to move, if I move these two together, I can't do anything with the 2 and the 4. So I have to first move the 2 up to the 1, and then I have to go 1 plus 3, and then I go 4 plus 4. And again, you want to add to 5, so I'm going to bring all the 1s in to the 2, and then they destroy. And some of these I had to redo, and that's the nice thing. If you do it wrong, or it will tell you if you can't do any more together. So if I go, this one stumped me for quite a while. I finally got through it, but you can see I'm going to do here, and then I go here, and I go here, and then I can go here, and this one, and then this one. But it does take some strategy. Okay, this is the one that I never got past, and I'm not going to take the time to have you watch me do this, but I went around and around and tried it many times, and I'd keep doing it over. So just to show you, if it doesn't work, what happens. Okay, so now I go here, and I go here, but then it says no moves available, please reset. So you can't move diagonally on this one. So if you want to give your kids a real challenge, have them start on this destroy numbers. It's a good one to use too. So just wanted to show you all of those. Now, one of the things I forgot to mention with all of these games, none of them you have to sign in. There are lots of advertisements, so you're going to have to tell your students to just ignore that. Don't click on other things. Just go right to the link to the game and play the game, and ignore everything else around it. But you didn't have to set it up or anything. There's lots of, on these websites, Cool Math, there's lots of other good ones. These are just the ones that I wanted to highlight for you. So those are my online activities.